Welcome to The Business. I'm Elise Morgan. Coming up on the program, the top end hits economic bottom. The Resources Party over as the Northern Territory struggles with a recession hangover. And no key to the Brexit deadlock after Westminster rejects 8 plans. We cross to London for the latest. It was tipped to be the golden age of gas for the top end. Instead, the Northern Territory is in the grip of a deep bust. The construction of Darwin's $37 billion Inpex gas plant has wound up and thousands of fly-in, fly-out workers have left. That's seen Darwin property prices in sharp decline in the only Australian city where the population is dropping. Jane Bardon reports from Darwin.
In 2012, when gas giant Inpex decided to build its $37 billion LNG plant in Darwin, the Northern Territory government declared it was party time.
This project will underpin the Northern Territory's economy for the next 40 to 50 years.
The government did talk it up. So people went, they purchased properties, determined to, get good rentals out of it.
But now construction is complete and 10,000 FIFO workers have left. The property market has crashed.
You'll see that foreclosures on the properties because the valuations are now coming in less than what the mortgages are.
Oh, I love that. That's a beautiful fit.
That's taken disposable income out of the pockets of many of clothes retailer Sylvia Majetic's customers.
If sales continue to decline, I won't be able to keep this business open. So that could happen in the next 6 months.
And I mean, what does that mean for you personally in your financials?
Oh, goodness. I mean, I could lose my house.
Steel fabricator Owen Pike's longtime family business is hanging on.
We've got 5 facilities and currently we're just running one of them.
He thinks the Inpex promise was exaggerated.
If you overstimulate the economy during a boom cycle, then your bust is going to be bigger.
The Territory has now had 5 quarters of drops in goods and services sales. Production is only slightly up due to gas exports.
It is very easy to oversell these projects. The political temptation is large. The reality is often there are in fact not that many jobs involved.
Most jurisdictions would be thrilled to receive a project of that size because it is that significant. So we're always going to feel the full transition of that.
Just a few years ago, Darwin's Central Mall was bustling. Now the dozens of vacant shops and offices have become a microcosm for the struggling economy. Restaurants, aluminium manufacturers, decorators, a sports club, a cinema and even a small airline have closed. Last month, Sam Weston shut the door to one of his 2 Darwin cafes. After working in Darwin in the 90s, he returned and opened his businesses 2 years ago to find the gas boom had pushed out other industries.
Darwin used to be a massive tourist town. The Paul Hogan adverts, the Never Never, everyone used to love to come to Territory, and it seems with expensive flights, expensive accommodation, a lot of people aren't coming.
The Territory government is now spending $100 million trying to attract tourists back, and millions more on roads, car parks and public housing.
We fast-tracked a whole range of infrastructure projects to keep people in jobs and to support businesses.
Business isn't reassured.
At the moment, business community is very sceptical. They don't see a light at the end of the tunnel that we've been promised for a couple of years.
Unlike the New South Wales government, which squirreled money away during its property boom, the Territory government is broke.
Governments have not run surpluses big enough to be running the kind of spending programs that they're running at the moment in the Territory.
Of course, you do not want to be out there constantly putting stimulus in. It's about growing your economic base.
Some aren't expecting the economy to recover.
A lot of my customers are people who have been here for a long time, but they're slowly leaving.
But some are determined not to give up.
Darwin has to turn at some stage. It has to become a cool, bustling city that it used to be years ago when I remember it. So I have faith, maybe it's optimism, but I think it's going to happen.
Let's hope it does. Jane Bardon there.